Zidonia, a planet of red sand and swirling dust storms. Two suns shone brightly in the purple sky. It was beautiful but harsh, unforgiving. This was Lyra's home. She was unlike anything Earth had ever seen. Skin like polished black stone, eyes like liquid gold. Her touch, a cool whisper. Lyra travelled across the plains, her sleek dark vehicle humming over the dunes. Her people, the Zidonians, were as old as the stars themselves. A proud race, keeping to themselves with strong traditions. A sparkle on the horizon. Strange. Lyra steered toward it, curious. The object grew bigger, not Zidonian. It was metal. Crashed. She moved closer carefully. A human ship. Ripped and broken. Lyra shivered. Humans? Myths and legends whispered by her people. Dangerous. Wild. Lyra turned off her vehicle's cloaking device. She had to see, to know. The ground shook. Something was alive in there. He came out of the wreckage, coughing, confused, human, tall, hair like spun gold, eyes the color of a summer sky. He was hurt, bleeding, alone. He looked at her, scared. He spoke in a language she didn't understand, but she understood his fear, his pain. Lyra walked slowly towards him, hands open. He flinched but didn't move back. He was weak, helpless. She wouldn't hurt him. She helped him into her vehicle, his hand shaking in hers. His touch sent a strange jolt through her. Warm, alive, different. Back at her home, a hidden oasis among the dunes, Lyra found solace in the familiar surroundings. The oasis was a sanctuary, a place where the harshness of the desert seemed to melt away, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves and the soothing sound of water. It was here, in this secluded paradise, that she brought Daniel, the stranger who had stumbled into her life. Lyra took care of his wounds with a tenderness that spoke of her gentle nature. She had always been the healer in her community, known for her skill with herbs and her calming presence. As she worked, she couldn't help but notice the contrast between his rugged appearance and the vulnerability in his eyes. He winced as she cleaned the cut on his arm, the pain evident in his expression. Yet he remained still, trusting her completely. It was a silent agreement between them, a bond forged in the quiet moments of care and understanding. His skin was so soft, so delicate. It was a stark reminder of how different their worlds were. She had grown up in the harsh desert, her skin toughened by the sun and sand, while his spoke of a life lived in a place far gentler. She couldn't speak his language, but they found ways to talk. Hand motions, drawings in the sand, a shared look, a hesitant smile. His name was Daniel. Each gesture, each drawing was a step towards understanding. They laughed at their mistakes, celebrated their small victories, and slowly a new language began to form between them. He was an explorer, a scientist. His equipment, strange and fascinating to her, spoke of a world driven by curiosity and discovery. He had come to her land seeking answers, but he had found something far more profound. He told her about his world, Earth, a place so different from her own that it seemed almost like a dream. His eyes would light up as he described the vast oceans, the endless fields of green, and the towering cities that reached for the sky, a planet of blue oceans and green fields. She could hardly imagine such a place where water was abundant and the land was lush and fertile. It was a stark contrast to the arid desert she called home, of cities that touched the sky. The idea of buildings so tall they seemed to pierce the heavens was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. She wondered what it would be like to stand among them, to see the world from such heights. As days turned into weeks, their bond grew stronger. They shared stories, dreams, and fears. The passage of time was marked by the changing skies, the sun setting and rising, each day bringing them closer together. Lyra found herself liking Daniel, his laughter, his curiosity, his gentle spirit. He was unlike anyone she had ever met, and she was drawn to him in ways she couldn't fully understand. His presence brought a new light into her life, a sense of wonder and possibility. He was not like the stories her people told. The tales of outsiders were filled with fear and mistrust, but Daniel was different. He was kind, patient, and eager to learn about her world. In him she saw a bridge between their two worlds, a chance for understanding and connection. They explored the red plains together, their footsteps leaving a trail of memories in the crimson dust. Each step they took was a testament to their growing bond, a silent promise of companionship in this alien world. The setting suns cast long shadows, painting the landscape in hues of red and gold, creating a surreal backdrop for their journey. Daniel was amazed by the strange landscape, his eyes filled with wonder. The alien terrain was unlike anything he had ever seen on Earth. The sky with its twin suns seemed to stretch endlessly, and the ground was covered in peculiar glowing flora. Every rock, every plant, every creature was a new discovery, a new marvel that left him in awe. He taught Lyra about Earth, its history, its culture, and its music. He spoke of the great cities, the vast oceans, and the diverse people. He shared stories of human achievements and struggles, of art and science, of love and loss. He played her melodies from his home, the tunes that spoke of distant lands and ancient times. Through his words and music, he brought a piece of earth to her. Lyra, in turn, shared the secrets of Zidonia, the ancient ruins of her ancestors, and the stories written in the stars. She pointed out constellations that told tales of heroism and tragedy, of gods and monsters. She led him through the ruins, explaining the significance of each structure, each symbol. Her voice was filled with pride and reverence as she spoke of her heritage, her people, and their enduring legacy. She started to enjoy his touch, the warmth that spread through her when their hands brushed. It was a simple gesture, yet it held so much meaning. It was a connection, a bridge between two worlds. His touch was gentle, reassuring, and it made her feel safe, cherished. She found herself longing for those moments, those brief touches that spoke volumes. His presence filled the quiet of her world with light and laughter. He had a way of making her smile, of bringing joy to the simplest of moments. They would laugh together, sharing jokes and stories, finding humor in their differences and similarities. His laughter was infectious, a melody that brightened her days and warmed her nights. She realized she was falling in love with him for his kindness, his strength, and his never-ending optimism. He was a beacon of hope in her life, a source of strength and comfort. His kindness was boundless, his strength unwavering, and his optimism contagious. She admired his resilience, his ability to find beauty and hope even in the most challenging circumstances, a human who had crashed into her world and captured her alien heart. Their love was a testament to the power of connection, transcending the boundaries of space and species. It was a bond beyond words, a love that defied the odds and brought two souls together in a universe vast and unknown. One night, under the light of Zidonia's two moons, the air was filled with a sense of magic and mystery. The twin moons cast a soft, ethereal glow over the alien landscape, painting everything in shades of silver and blue. The stars twinkled like diamonds scattered across the velvet sky, and the gentle breeze carried the scent of exotic flowers. Daniel looked at her, his eyes filled with a feeling she couldn't understand. His gaze was intense yet tender, as if he was trying to convey 1,000 unspoken words. The way he looked at her made her heart race, and she felt a strange, inexplicable connection to him. He reached out and gently moved a piece of hair from her face. His touch was soft, almost reverent, and it sent a shiver down her spine. She closed her eyes for a moment, savoring the sensation, and when she opened them again, she saw a look of pure adoration in his eyes. "Lyra," he whispered, her name sounding strange but beautiful in his voice. It was as if he was tasting the name for the first time, savoring each syllable. The way he said her name made her feel special, cherished, and she couldn't help but smile. I think I'm falling in love with you." His voice was shaky, filled with vulnerability and honesty. It was a confession that seemed to come from the depths of his soul, and it took her breath away. She had never heard anyone speak with such raw emotion before. The words hung in the air between them. Lyra's heart beat fast. She could feel the weight of his confession, and it made her feel both exhilarated and terrified. She had always been cautious with her heart, but something about Daniel made her want to take a leap of faith. Had he felt it too, the same pull, the same undeniable connection that she had felt from the moment they met? It was as if their souls were intertwined, bound together by an invisible thread that transcended time and space. The pull, the strong connection that went beyond their different worlds. She wondered if he felt the same magnetic force that drew her to him, a force that seemed to defy logic and reason. It was a connection that went beyond words, beyond explanations. She didn't need words to answer him. Her heart spoke for her, and she knew that he could hear it. She moved closer to him, her eyes never leaving his, and she could see the anticipation and longing in his gaze. She leaned in, her lips touching his. The kiss was electric. It was a kiss that spoke of promises and dreams, of a future that they could build together. It was a kiss that ignited a fire within her, a fire that burned with passion and desire, a spark that started a fire in her soul. It was a moment of pure bliss, a moment that she would cherish forever. In that kiss she found a sense of belonging, a sense of home, and she knew, without a doubt, that they were meant to be together. Their love was a forbidden secret, a dangerous truth that could destroy the peace of both their worlds. The Zidonians would never understand, and Earth was very, very far away. Lyra knew she couldn't keep Daniel hidden forever. He needed to go home, but the thought of losing him hurt her heart. She couldn't stand it. Daniel, feeling her sadness, held her close. "We'll find a way," he whispered, his voice strong and sure. "Love like ours, it can overcome anything." But could it? News of the humans' presence reached the Zidonian elders. They were cautious, afraid. They demanded Daniel be given to them. Lyra refused. She wouldn't let them hurt him. She begged the elders, spoke of Daniel's kindness, his intelligence, his love for their world. Slowly she changed their minds, helped them understand. Meanwhile, Daniel worked hard to fix his ship. He had to get a message back to Earth, to tell them of this amazing planet and the amazing being who had stolen his heart. In the end, it was their love that connected the two worlds. The elders, touched by their strong love, agreed to help Daniel return home, but not before making an agreement with Earth. Lyra and Daniel's love story became a legend, a powerful example of connection, a reminder that even in the vastness of space, love has no limits. It goes beyond what we are. It doesn't follow logic, it simply is. And as Daniel's ship disappeared into the stars, Lyra knew this was not goodbye. It was the start of something new, a love story for all time, written across the stars.